So now I'm stuck with a $16,000 battery bill.
Tesla's battery just failed for the second time in the past 8 months.
It's so expensive. And also tires for Teslas are like $500 each.
Imagine buying a Tesla to save on gas and then getting hit with a $16,000 bill to replace the battery. The savings with electric vehicles aren't always as clear as they look on paper. If you're new, I'm Mike, and here we talk about money, cars, avoiding debt, and keeping more of your paycheck. If that sounds good, hit that like and subscribe button and drop a comment.
I know that you are just the expert in Teslas, and I'm very non-educated on how they work. I commute every day, and I thought, hey, I'm going to get one to help me out with the mileage and the gas. So I didn't do my research like I should have, and I went and bought an S model, 2018. I didn't know that some of them didn't have warranty after 100,000 miles. This one had 110,000 miles. It was perfect condition. A doctor previously had owned it. I test drove it. It was amazing. They only had it at 10% charge when I took it. I really didn't get the feel for it.
So she admits she didn't do the research, and we keep seeing this in these videos. I'd imagine the thought process goes more to saving money on fuel and maintenance. There's also a bit of a status symbol with Teslas, and that's part of the problem. People buy the image before they think of the actual costs.
I was like, oh yeah, it's great. I want to take it. And 2 days later, I charge it at home, and it's charged to 80, 90, and then I got up the next morning and it was at 60. And I'm like, what the heck? So then I drive to work and I'm at 40, and I'm like, okay, I can't get home. So I went to Tesla to go charge it, and they're like, no, the car's not registered to you yet. You can't charge it because you have no more free charges. After that, I started getting all these warnings that the battery was done. It wouldn't accept no more charging.
Okay, so a couple things in order. So if you have a 2018 Model S, it's an 8-year, 150,000 mile warranty on that battery.
The big red flag should have been seeing that battery percentage at 10 when she was looking at it. Even when you're buying something like a used iPhone, you go into the settings and check the battery health. You can do it on this model, but from what I've seen, it takes about 24 hours to run the test.
I looked into it, and I'm not under warranty. So the people that I bought the car from, they don't know anything about Teslas, and now they're telling me that I signed a contract and there's nothing that they could do. Tesla told me that those warnings had come up, and the previous owner knew that the car was no good and that they should have ran a diagnostic before selling it. So now I'm stuck with a $16,000 battery bill.
And it's confusing to me. Those alerts and stuff, they should pop up no matter who's driving the car. You can't turn them off. It's not like a check engine light where if you go dink around with them, they'll go off.
I bought it from the owner's daughter. Her dad went on vacation to Cancun. He comes back today, and they're trying to get me into another car, but at a higher payment and more money down, which I refuse to do because this is my commuter. So they're telling me I have to take what they could give me and if not, take them to court.
At this point, you almost have to take what you can get from them. Even if they did intentionally sell it to you that way, it's probably going to cost more to fight it in court. And there's always the chance you're going to lose.
I called them the next day I bought it. And the reason why it's been 2 weeks is because she's trying to do a backdoor deal to hide this deal so that they don't get in trouble. So they're making me wait days until a car comes in that will fit my criteria to try and do it before he gets back.
Yeah, but you get a car that works. And I hate to say it, but I think getting a car from them is your best move. They do hold the cards because they can just say, look, fine, then we won't do it.
Right.
So let's just focus on what you can do, on trying to get the best car you can out of them for the best price you can. But the math is so bad on you keeping that car that's undrivable and very expensive to fix that you got to go that route and try to get as screwed as lightly as possible.
I appreciate your time and your expertise. I wish I would have really done some more research on it. I guess it happened. Maybe keep in touch to see if maybe trade that other one in later and get what I need.
Okay, let's keep in touch. Let me know how I can help.
I appreciate your advice.
It's surprising that she wouldn't have checked the battery. It's a Tesla. The battery is the life of the car. It would be almost like not checking an engine in a gas-powered vehicle. I've never really been a fan of Teslas. I have no problem with them. But the self-driving feature I find really interesting. I could see that coming in really handy.
Tesla's battery just failed for the second time in the past 8 months. See, 8 months ago in September, I had an issue where my Tesla's battery just stopped charging altogether. I also couldn't drive over 55 miles per hour, and it was a major inconvenience when that happened. And I basically had to take it immediately in for service, or basically the rep told me I had a bad battery pack. A single cell had failed, and basically the entire thing had to be replaced. Well, I think I have that exact same issue going on again, because I'm getting the same error flashing up on the screen. Basically it says maximum battery charge level reduced and unable to charge. The two error codes are BMS A079 and BMS A074.
Once would be enough, but twice in a year? That is the biggest thing that would stop me from buying an EV. I think eventually over time the price of these batteries is going to come down, but it would worry me. Spending that much on a car and having to worry about the battery life. That kind of uncertainty makes it almost impossible to budget. Imagine dropping over $1,000 a month on payments, and still having to worry about a repair that costs as much as a new car.
Those both are exactly the ones I was getting before, and the thing is, if I try to accelerate hard, or if I try to use regenerative braking to kind of a larger degree, and don't use the brake pedal, trying to do one pedal driving, I get a beeping noise coming from the car, basically telling me to stop doing what I'm doing. So I had to drive really slowly. I just got to the service center. I want to figure out what's going on. I want to keep you guys updated during the process. So stay tuned, because this is kind of ridiculous to see the battery fail just 10,000 miles later. I think I only have 55,000 miles on my car. I shouldn't be replacing the battery twice.
I'd assume it's under warranty, but with it happening twice, every time you get in that car, you're going to be wondering if the battery works. EVs are definitely the future. I don't think there's any way of stopping that. But I also think it makes more sense to wait until things like the battery price comes down to a reasonable level.
24 hours just to charge my truck? Are you kidding me? All right, so here's an update you all have been waiting for on my broken charger at my house. And the only reason my truck is going to take a couple of days to charge is because I'm charging it on a regular wall outlet until this outlet gets fixed. But I've had an idea. Instead of putting an outlet on the outside of my house and using the mobile connector to charge my truck, I've decided to go with a universal wall mount Tesla official wall mounted home charger. This is what it's going to look like.
One of the big issues for me would be charging. I wouldn't be able to install a charger where I currently live, so I'd have to drive to a charging station. There are a few in the area, but not nearly as many as gas stations. Fast charging up to 80% can take anywhere between 15 and 40 minutes, depending on the charger and the vehicle. That's fine every once in a while, but if you have to do that every couple days, it's going to feel more of like a chore than a convenience.
And that charger will actually charge up to 50 amps. The old mobile charger that I've been using only does 32 amps, so it will charge the Cybertruck much, much, much faster. And it even has an adapter built right in that you just pull right out that it can charge the electric Mustang, so it can charge both my vehicles just with the same cord. And I am no good with electricity. I'm not going to mess with electricity. I'm not going to mess with that whatsoever. So I've hired an electrician to come.
If you own your own home and you're buying a Tesla, you're probably going to install a charger for the convenience of not having to wait at a station. Now, I'm not sure how common it is, but I did find a few stories of strangers coming onto people's property and using their chargers without permission.
So I got to my lash appointment 20 minutes early today, and when I got here, my lash girl was like, hey, I'm running like 30-40 minutes late. I was like, girl, no problem, I can find something to do. So I've been meaning to get one of my tires patched up because I have a very small, slow leak coming out of it, I thought. So I went to a nearby tire shop, and the guy looks at my tire and he's like, oh, actually, I don't even want to patch this up for you. And I was like, why? And he's like, because your tire's balding. I was like, balding? What? And he says, yeah, like your tire, you're gonna need to get new tires soon because your back tires are like donezo. And I've heard of Teslas, like the back tires wearing out a lot quicker than the front tires because like that's where all the weight is and the batteries are really heavy, blah, blah, blah.
This is something I didn't know about Teslas, but it makes sense with the added weight of the battery in the back. Also, with the acceleration on these cars, I imagine quite a few drivers are punching in at red lights.
So I was just like, more in awe of the fact that I just got new tires a year ago and the back tires are already balding. Like, how can Teslas be so expensive? And just needs, like, I know that the maintenance is low, and that's the whole reason why I got the car, because I didn't want to worry about an oil change here and there and just all the mechanics of having a car. I just didn't want to do it. So I got a Tesla thinking it'd be easier, but bitch, tell me why this is about to be like my third set of tires in 3 years, my third set of tires for my Tesla. I'm just like so irritated because like it's so expensive. And also tires for Teslas are like $500 each. You're talking $2,000 for a new set of tires every year. Honestly, I'm about to burn it everywhere, guys. Just cut the cameras.
I'm sure you can find them cheaper than that, but still, they are generally more expensive than traditional vehicles and need to be replaced more often. People are buying these vehicles to save money and finding out it's not always the case. Would you still buy an EV if the battery replacement costs as much as a used car? Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to end the video here and ask you to hit that like and subscribe button. Drop a comment below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.